Alright everybody, it turns out that didn't take very long at all. It only took about 2 extra micro burns to get it exactly right, or at least to get my first intercept. It doesn't look like I'm exactly right. So what I'd like to do is I'm using the mouse here because I don't have I'm using the keyboard here because I don't have a middle mouse button, but it does look like I'm a little high. So what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try to normalize, I believe it's normal down, to try to get, I'm at 22 million miles right now. And I see that I'm above Duna. I would like to get at least somewhat of a what's the word I'm looking for? Equatorial orbit, I think, is what I'm looking for. So I'd like to get, somewhere around in there. And that should be bringing me down closer. Yes, it is. Yay. Okay, perfect. If I make this adjustment now, I don't have to worry about making it later, so I will at least come in even with the planet. At least a little bit even with the planet, Maybe not perfect, but close, and whoop, 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 whoop. And it may have gone too shallow. I may have gone too low. I wish there was a way for me to, and I said this before, I wish there was a way for me to focus, or at least have my camera focus on Duna, but still see my trajectory for this. I'm not at an orbital, I'm not at a polar, what's the word I'm looking for? Equatorial. There, I don't know why I'm not thinking of the word equatorial. I'm still looking for an equatorial orbit on this thing, and I just had it a little bit, and I say a little bit because it went 12, and then it went down, and then it came back up again, so I'm at least 10 million miles off a little bit, I think. 9, 8, 7... Alright, that's about equatorial as we're going to get. It does look like I go on the outside and they get pulled back around. I could fiddle with the orbit a little bit, I think. I mean, if I really, really wanted to, I could. I have 381 seconds of delta V left. I am going to intercept without a problem, but it is 11 million miles out. Not a big fan of that big of number. So I am going to see if I can fiddle with that a little bit. I know it's very silly of me to do, but I am going to see if I can fiddle with that a little bit and maybe get it a little bit closer. Maybe get it to 2 million, I think, would be a good million. Personally, that's my thing. Alright, 10 million, 6 million, 1 million, 2 million. Alright, back up to 2 million. It looks like I flipped out to the other side. Now this thing says it still wants me to burn 19.1 meters a second of delta V, but at 2 million meters, I think I'm going to go ahead and leave it at that. So I was actually, yeah, much better than the last time. The last time I was way out here by the time I got that. So much, much better. So the last time, I am going to go ahead and just fast forward this thing as quickly as possible and see if we can intercept. Alright, and we are right here. Very, very close. I was going to wait until actual intercept, but I did want to take a quick look because I can actually zoom out into very tiny increments. Alright, there is our orbit. Ooh, that's a terrible orbit. But we have enough fuel to normalize. We do have enough fuel to normalize, so we won't worry too much about that. So let's go ahead and speed it up really quick and get on in there. Don't want to go too fast. I don't want to fly out the other end, which tends to happen when you go too quickly. You hit that little switch from blue to gold, and suddenly you're out the other side of the planet before you know what the hell's going on. Alright. And let's just go in a little bit faster, Boom, there we are. Perfect. Perfect. Crappy orbit, I know, but tons and tons and tons of delta V left. And 2 million miles out, not great, but good enough. So let's speed ourselves up so we can clean up this orbit a little bit. And there's our Duna cartographer just flipping around Ike. Really nice of that to happen. Okay. We'll have to get much closer to here. 2, 1, 0, whoa, 31 seconds. Retrograde, please. I'm probably going to miss it. I might be able to make it. The thrusters on this module are very tiny. I don't even think they're really there for more than anything than they're required, so they're like at the most minimal power. But even as such, they should work, or they do work for our purposes at the moment. So let's just full throttle this and see if we can bring this back around. It's very surprising how slow you have to go in order to get a full orbit of Duna. I think it's 6 or 500, probably more like 500 than 600. But this should flip real fast here in a minute. It might even be slower than that, or not. It looks like it's going a little bit faster. It should flip out on us any minute now. Wow, it's really fighting. But I am 2 million meters out, and that might be why. Yeah, so I think it's around 5, maybe a little bit less. So around 480-ish. Alrighty, let's get that 2 million down a little bit. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Do not want to intercept Ike. Do not want to intercept Ike. Fix, fix, fix. Come on, get off Ike. Get off Ike. There we go. Do not want to intercept Ike at all. And those will flip. And we have tons and tons and tons of Delta V, so let's get us way down. Six, 500, you say 100, you think? We'll say 200. And the reason I say 200 is because I do want to normalize my orbit. I do. And in order to do that, I have to be halfway between the two, right? I believe that's where I have to be. Since I'm not 100% sure how to normalize my orbit right now, and I don't want to be like burning left, right, up, down, I will pause here for you guys, and then I will bring us back when I get my orbit at least normalized enough to be near the equator. Okay, everyone, I was able to get my orbit basically where I wanted it to be, and at the same time, I was able to get me down to a circularized orbit of 101,000 meters, which is actually pretty good when you think about it. Tons of fuel left. Look at that. I barely used all the fuel in this one pod. I still have this little one left over, and this one's almost empty. But I still have that big pod there, which gives me 152 seconds of Delta V, which is excellent. Because of that, I am also wanting to see how close, and this is a lot of test and training and fun stuff, but how close I can get to my landing zone at the Event 7 landing site, which is where this whole thing was supposed to take place. So because of that, because it's on the dark side, I am going to have to circle a few times, because I'm not landing at night. And once again, that's not something I'm going to force everybody to watch, but I did want to let you know that I did normalize my orbit. And as soon as we get the Event 7 back onto the light side, we'll see if we can hit somewhere nearby. Alright, here we are again. Now, I just wanted to bring up that one of the anomalies that I saw on Duna, which I thought was an actual anomaly, turns out is my Jeb probe. So it looks like the number of anomalies on Duna is down to 1. But that's neither here nor there. Now, I wanted to land somewhere near here. We're pretty close to being able to do that. So, because of that, we are going to try to normal plus, because I want to tilt my orbit up. Hopefully I'm in a good spot to do that. I hope I'm in a good spot to do that. If not, we'll figure out a way to get me over there, because I am moving kind of fast. Alright, that is the wrong way. I need to normal minus. So wrong way, gotta roll this baby around. Gonna take a little bit more time, which is unfortunate. Now, I'm pretty certain these dark areas here, this stretch here, like that swath there and this part here, are very low, very, very low. Hopefully I can land in this one of these divots. And the reason for that is because I'm not sure the parachutes I brought with me are good for true altitude. Some parachutes are good for true altitude, some parachutes are good for altitude at sea level. It depends on who programmed them. I do know some of the big cone ones are based on true altitude, which are my favorite because they go off at 500 meters of true altitude, no matter how high you are up off the sea level, while some of them will only go off at 500 at sea level, and if you're on a 1,000-meter mountain, you are going to smash in with all of your face. So that's just something I have to deal with. Alright, so we have our normalization properly aligned. I am 100,000 meters up, but that should not be a problem. The planet is spinning, which may be a problem. But if we can get pretty close to this, it will cut down our travel time on this rescue by a lot. By a lot. But this is where everything can go wrong. This is where it can all fail. And I will be very upset if that happens. We're actually doing fairly well so far. So because of that, let's go ahead and retro burn. Whee! Because we really need to bring down our orbit. So that one's gone. We are now going to crash into the planet no matter what. And at this point, it just depends on where. And luckily I do have a lot of fuel left. Lots and lots of fuel left to perform this particular maneuver. Planet spins a little bit faster than I thought it would, or I'm moving a little bit faster than I thought I would be. I'm not sure which it is. Either way, I have to aim over here a little bit in order to hit there, I think. I'm never very good at that. Having numbers up here that tell me, you know, when to burn and how long to burn and so on and so forth is great. Eyeballing it like this, very scary prospect. Sometimes I wish they had a time to impact here, but unfortunately they don't. They just have a pretty generic way of telling you that you either will or you won't. You will or you won't. I mean, you're gonna land somewhere around here. Alright, well, quick save. There's no backing out now. Let's see how fast the planet is rotating in comparison to our descent. Actually, that's not bad. That's a pretty good aim, I should say so myself. So let's back out of here. And we're still going to be on retrograde burn for this, and the atmosphere is going to slow me down, which I didn't think about. But whatever. Let's speed up time and see what happens. Because as the atmosphere increases, so will my fall. I'm at 65,000, 64,000. Atmosphere has not yet hit us. Hey, look at that. There she be, 83 kilometers away. Not bad considering we're 65,000 meters up. Right? Right. Alright. Coming in hot and hard, and we've just struck atmosphere. Now I have some choices I can make. I can do this, which would be entertaining, but I think that's going to change my trajectory a little bit. So let's see if we can align ourselves like straight up and down a little bit, maybe. I mean, at this point I could just throw this off and whoa, off Translatron. I don't need you to do that for me, thank you. Alright, 20,000 meters. This probably isn't going to be enough for what I need, but it seems to be working okay. Seems to be working okay. Go rotation really quick. I'm just kind of trying to slow myself down. I will shut off my engines in a moment and open up my parachutes. I do need to kill my rotation though. So let's go ahead and say retrograde burn and do this. Because that's very important that I do this. Try to get myself straight up and down. Or as close to straight up and down as possible. And the atmosphere should do the rest. Alright, kill rotation really quick, please. And provided this is working out properly. Goodbye, fuel tank. Now to find out if the 4 parachutes I put on this thing are going to do their job. This is the point of no return. If there was ever one, this is it. This is the it right here. I am going to pop those now, I think, which should almost instantly begin to slow me down. Okay, my true altitude and my ASL altitude are almost exactly, if not exactly the same. I am, according to this, about to land at sea level, so I shouldn't have too big of a problem with my parachutes opening at 500 meters. Dudeless is not so sure. He is not as confident as I am as it pertains to whether or not the parachutes are going to function properly. But, come on down, Dudeless. That's about to hit, there it is, hit the ground, boom, still some parts left. Hopefully I don't hit the ground like that. Dudeless is like, oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god. And 500 meters should poof. Alright, not so quick a slowdown as one might think, but quick enough to where at least hitting the dirt won't destroy our lander. Nice quiet time right now. We should have touchdown any moment. Touchdown. Boom. Okay. Quick save before I launch all these off. And goodbye. Hey, the lower gravity helped a little bit. Get out from under that one. Run over those ones. Whoa, little bump. Little bump, but we look like we're okay. Dudeless is still scared to death. He's like, oh my god, I'm gonna die. I don't understand. But we've landed within 25 kilometers of our target. Because of that, and because we are ready to rock and roll, I'm going to go ahead and pause the video here, and we will come back when I am closer to the Event 7 and our 3 rescuees. Alright everyone, if you notice, we have just now arrived at our destination. Look at that. Look at that. There is the Event 7. We'll just pull up here. Super duper quick save, really fast. See, there's our debris over there. And we're going to do a couple of things. I don't know, I was thinking about it on the way here. I don't know if I can actually transfer Kermin from one to the other. You know, I do need to, I do need to board, because I do need to open the ramp here. And then let's go ahead and EVA Dudeless, because Dudeless, as much as he is so awesome for having piloted this all the way to Duna and driven the 25 kilometers over to the EVA here, or the event here, he is going to be in the back. He's going to be relocated to the back seat, just super duper quick. And here we go. So, oh, Okay, I can select it. Okay, there we go. There we go. Let's see. Let's see how that works for us. Go ahead and let go there, buddy. And which Kermin is this? This is Thomplong Kermin. Okay, and what other Kermin do we have here? Bobwise and Henri. Okay, awesome. So we're gonna walk Thomplong here over to our newly acquired rover. Takes a little bit of time, unfortunately. So go ahead and grab hold there, buddy, and climb aboard. Can he? Aha! He can. Absolutely can. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Okay, I got to do this a couple more times, I'm afraid. So let's go ahead and get Bobwise out. Come on, Bobwise. Great guy. Alright, Bobwise is on his way. I don't know who's going to be actually driving. I do know that Dudeless can drive from the back cockpit. You can actually drive from the back cockpit. So even if these Kermin from the original mission would not be able to pilot, Dudeless can without wrong way. Without any issue, Dudeless can. So from a failure to a success, the Eve Ent 7, which was originally supposed to land on Eve, and due to a phase angle error ended up on Duna, a completely different planet, thus crashing on the planet, unfortunately, stranding 3 teeny tiny Kermin with nothing to do, has now come to fruition. Because we have Bobwise, Thomplong, and Henri. And it looks like Thomplong is our pilot. It's going to be our actual viewing pilot. So, 4-hole Kermin on the planet, and we have Dudeless there in the back, being all nice and cool, just chilling. Not entirely sure why that's there and not down here, but that's okay. So he's up here in the warp meter and everything. Fine, won't complain. Okay. I was just, for whatever reason, I thought I unlocked that, and now I can't lock it back in. So that's why I was fiddling with that. So, before we end, I would like all of the Kermin here who were so awesome in this adventure. I'll go ahead and roll this thing around a little bit now that we've kind of pulled in. I kind of want to get a shot here of these guys because they did such an awesome job. Let's go ahead and get these guys out really super quick, just so we can say that we did it, that we came, that we saw, that we performed like bosses, that we are the ones. There is nobody else. Oop. Thomplong took a little tumble there, or Henri, I think that is. Is that Henri? Excuse me, Henri took a little tumble there. Not exactly as ceremonious as it could be. Yes, 1 crew member aboard. I know, that's fine. We don't need to control it. Oop. Now it looks like Thomplong decided to as well. And then they all look so much alike. And then we will have Dudeless, our brave pilot. So there it is. There is our Duna rescue mission. And it is completed, and we will begin to explore the anomalies that now rest on the surface. And I would like to thank everyone very much for joining me for Kilobyte Short on this Duna rescue mission in Kerbal Space Program. And I will see you next video.